there are 3 things you need to do to drastically increase the adherence to sticking to a new habit. Number 1 is you have to pick one. And when I say pick one, I mean, I want you to pick one singular behavior or one singular habit that you're going to try to level up. As human beings, we are not built to have a myriad of focus points. We need to have one. I'm a self-diagnosed quote nerd. I've been writing down quotes ever since I was a teenager. And one of my favorite quotes is, if you chase 2 rabbits, they both get away. You can't. You got to pick which one you're going after and grab that sucker by the tail. If you chase 2 rabbits, they both get away. And the reason this pick one is so powerful, there was a gentleman named John Berardi. He started a company called Precision Nutrition. And this study now is really old, but I'm sure it's been replicated. But he did a study and he had 3 different subject groups. He found that when a group focused on changing one singular behavior at a time, they had an 85% chance of making that habit stick. 85%. We're in a casino right now. I don't choose to gamble, but you tell me I've got an 85% chance of winning something downstairs, I'm putting all of my chips in the middle. I like those odds. But here's what blew my mind. The second control group tried to change 2 behaviors at the exact same time. Their level of success dropped to 40%. It went from 85 to 40 just by splitting it in half. And then just for giggles, he had a third group try to change 3 things at a time, and it dropped down to just under 5%, the success rate. Which again shows that as human beings, we are not built to split our focus. Our entire goal will be easier reach, and we'll adhere to it more if we just pick one thing. So the reason I share that, after this entire event, you may go home with an entire notebook of 9 things that you are excited to change. My advice to you is to invite you to not try to change all 9 things when you get home. Circle the one on that list that you believe is most impactful or that you're most excited to change, and circle that one. So that's part number 1, is just pick one. Part number 2 is you need to make a commitment to doing that thing for 66 days. The research is all over the place, but generally speaking, the best research that I've seen says it takes about 66 days to change the average habit. I mean, let's be honest, some will be more, some will be less, depending on what the habit is, depending on how ingrained your current habit is, but generally speaking, 66 days. I like 66 days for me because first of all, it's kind of a memorable number. I mean, it's an arbitrary kind of random number, so that makes it a little stickier. I like it because 66 days is just a hair over 2 months, which means it's a little bit of a stretch. Like you just admitted, you have trouble after 10 days. So doing something for 66 days is going to be a little challenging, but that's great. We need a little bit of challenge to stay stimulated. But if I said it's going to take you the next 6.5 years, more than likely you'd give up before you even tried, because that's just not realistic. I ain't doing this thing for 6 years. So to me, there's something sweet about that sweet spot of 66 days is it's enough of a stretch, but it's doable and it's realistic. So make a commitment to doing something for 66 days. Now, I told y'all twice in there, I'm old school. I love technology, but I'm still somewhat analog. So for me, I print out paper calendars and I get a big red Sharpie and I put a big red X every time I do that thing on that day. Today's January 21st, I did my thing, I put an X. Tomorrow's the 22nd, X. And your goal is to get as many red X's as you can get in the next 66 days. I told y'all 3 times, I'm gonna tell you for a 4th time. I'm not expecting you to be perfect. In fact, I can almost guarantee you that no matter who you are or what you set, you will not do it for the next 66 straight days. And the reason I say that is not because I don't believe in you, is because to the best of my knowledge, you guys are all human beings. And as human beings, we're flawed and we're fallible. And on the 13th day, you're not gonna feel like doing the thing that you said you'd do because you're human. And I want you to give yourself the grace and space to be less than perfect, but I want you to wake up on the 14th day and start with another red X. So make it your goal to never miss 2 in a row. So instead of saying, I have to swing 66 for 66 and be perfect and get straight A's and be 100%, relieve that pressure valve now and just say, let me see how many red X's I can get in 66 days. And it's been my firsthand experience. You get 62, 63, 64 red X's, that's pretty good. Like you're still shooting a pretty good percentage and you have a very good chance of making that habit stick. So we're gonna pick one. We're gonna commit to doing it for 66 days, but then here's the glue that holds it all together, is you gotta keep the spotlight of accountability on, and you need to recruit people to hold you accountable to doing what you said you were going to do. This can be a spouse, this can be older children, this can be some people in this room, it can be neighbors, it can be members of your church, whatever. But get 4 or 5 people to hold you accountable to what you said you were going to do. So let me just give you a real quick example. You say to yourself, I want to improve my physical fitness because I think physical fitness will give me more energy, it'll give me more clarity, it'll give me more focus, I'll feel better about myself. Okay, wonderful, I love that. I want you to pick one thing that you're going to do. And let's just say you say, I'm going to go for a walk for 30 minutes to start my day. Every day I'm going to go for a walk. That's awesome. I love that. See, notice I didn't say you have to sign up to hike a mountain. Notice you don't have to buy a Peloton bike. You don't have to hire a nutritionist. I don't want you doing all of those things. Pick one thing. Every day when I wake up, I'm going to start my day with a 30-minute walk. That's it. Perfect. I love it. That's your one thing. Now he's going to print out a paper calendar if he's like me. There's plenty of apps that will hold you. If you like technology and you think I'm way too old school, there's apps that'll hold you accountable. But let's just say he prints out a paper calendar, he gets himself a red Sharpie. Every morning you go for a walk, you put a big red X on that thing. And I want you to start to feel good when you start to see a lot of red X's on there. I want you to be proud of that. And he's going to see how many red X's he can get. How many times in the next 66 days can he go for a 30-minute walk? That's his goal. Beautiful. And then lastly, you ask 4 or 5 people that are close to you, that you know care about you, that you know love you, that you know want to see you happy, that want to see you successful, and you tell them, hey y'all, I'm going for a walk every morning. Can you check in with me to make sure I did it? Can you text me every day at lunch and ask if I went for my walk? Can you ask me, did I walk on the treadmill or walk outside? Can you ask me if I listen to music or listen to a podcast or just listen to my thoughts? Have people check in with you. See, there's a trait that unites all human beings outside of psychopaths, and that is we don't like disappointing people that we care about. So the thought of you having to look 5 people in the eye at the end of the day and said, I didn't do what I told you I was going to do, is usually enough time to encourage you to go for that walk when you don't feel like it. See, notice I didn't say, hey, go for a walk every day you feel like going for a walk. That might be 20 out of 66 times. I said make a commitment to go for a walk every day no matter how you feel. And these people who love you are going to hold you accountable to doing just that. And it's been my experience, when you leave here, Mindy, if you pick one thing, you commit to doing it for 66 days, and 4 or 5 people that love you hold you accountable to doing that thing, I'll bet all of my chips that now becomes a habit for you. And you'll crush the 10-day mark that's been giving you a problem. That's how we are able to stick to a habit. Now, here's the beautiful part. It's esoteric and it's evergreen, because you know what you do at the end of 66 days? You pick another thing. No, well, yes, with that, absolutely. 67, yeah, you just keep doing that thing, but now you pick another thing. And if you really want that to stick, you do what's called habit stacking. And the next habit you pick is in some way tangential to the one you just picked. So in this example, on the 67th day, when this young man gets done from his walk, he then makes some oatmeal or a green smoothie. He says, I'm gonna connect a walk to eating something healthier than maybe I used to eat before. And now for the next 66 days, he walks and eats oatmeal. And then he's gonna add to that. And it doesn't always have to be necessarily connected, but it will help with the adherence of some type of connection when you do what's called a habit stack. And the beautiful part is, do the math. If roughly every 2 months, you're making an improvement by either adding a habit or subtracting a habit that doesn't serve you. Remember, it doesn't always have to be adding. You may be a smoker and say, I want to stop smoking. So your 66 days is to try to cut down on, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't always have to be doing something. Sometimes it's the omission. But if every 2 months you start to add something that adds value to your life, do the math. At the end of the year, that's 5 or 6 things that you just changed about yourself. You will be a completely different human being 1 year from today if 1 year from today you have 5 new habits that actually add value to your life and what you're trying to do. But the mistake most people make is on January 1st, they say, I'm gonna do all 5 of those things now. And by today, January 21st, most of those people ain't doing most of those things. I can promise you that. So we just wanna pick them off one at a time and let's set ourselves up with a system of accountability to increase the chance that we'll do it.